William, I'm taking a video of pretty much what's going on with all these kids. You can see, yeah, I'm only running 3 kits right now. There's literally no point in being over all 7 kits with the schematics you're giving me. Basically, what you're telling me to do, and that's just the way the schematics is. We got input coming from the controller into the input amplifier. Number one source is going pretty much to the RGBs, and then we're sending a signal from the first amplifier to the second one, which ends up in the input, just like that. Same thing, vice versa. Everything's pretty much the same. Number one input's gonna be for the RGB kits. Number four, we're looping it all the way straight through, and we're bringing it straight to the input over here, just like you have it. And then we're looping it back to number one. Number one's basically in a sense, the lights. Everything's pretty much hooked up correctly. The way you pretty much have everything set up over here, one amplifier could be doing everything that all these amplifiers are doing. So there's no point in me having this amplifier because I can go ahead and basically hook up all 3 kits, all 7 kits to this one box. Obviously, you know that already. Um, so basically, what we're trying to do is we want to loop the signal so that, in a sense, what you're seeing is going to go all the way through 100 feet. But doing what we're doing right now is we're running this system in parallel, even though this is the way you're telling me to set it up to try to run in series. There's no way to run the system in series in the schematics the way you have it. Here's the schematics you have for me, just how everything is. Everything's the same as you basically tell me. Long white cord between the input and going straight to the out of the output, going back into the input right here to each amplifier, just like you said on top. One strip to an amplifier. I have that hooked up right there. Okay, so basically, what you need to do in order to make that loop go through is set up an amplifier. The way we do RGBs or any RGB kit, you're gonna have to set up the amplifier at the end of the reel. And right now, this thing is programmed at 80. It doesn't matter if we go IC number. We're gonna go IC number. Say we're gonna go. We're gonna go say 240, which is basically 3 kits. And the max on the box that you gave us is only 255. So okay, so we'll do 240. And you already should know what that pretty much means. All that's gonna mean is a cycle is gonna think that it's gonna go through 3 kits. So what's gonna happen to these kits right now is you're gonna wait as if it was 3 times longer. So it's going through the cycle. There you go. Now, since the computer is basically thinking there's 3 kits, in order for it to get to the chase, right now it just went through 2 kits. That's what the computer's thinking, and now it's finishing up with the last one. Okay. So anyway you put it, it's still running in parallel, just like we talked about. If you got me a controller that's gonna be able to do 560 lights, and we hook up amplifier between each end of the reel to each end of the reel, this will work. The way you're drawing it out for me, it's impossible for this to loop through the whole thing. So you're seeing what's going on right now is that we're waiting for everything to happen because the computer thinks there's actually 3 kits. So it's going to cycle of the 3 kits. See, it's going. All right, cool. And now the computer basically thinks that there's 3 kits, so it's sending the signal to the other 2 kits that are all the way at the end of it, which they're not. They're obviously not. So you gotta wait again. There you go. Now it's starting. So that's basically what that will do for you. That's you should. I mean, I shouldn't even explain it to you what that does. But anyway, put it. That's all. The way you told me to wire everything. There's no way in hell this system's gonna go through all 100 feet the way you run it. 'Cause we're basically right now, the way we're doing it right now is the same exact way as if I was using one amplifier. Now if I hook up the amplifiers to this amplifier to the end of the reel over there, and we amplify the signal throughout each reel, it would work. But the only way it's gonna work is if this controller thinks it's 560. So it's gonna wait that 2 minutes. It's gonna take that minute and a half for that cycle to go through. So it'll go through the cycle after a minute and a half. Right now, it's probably doing it like 30 seconds, 25 seconds. But that's just the reality of it. Okay? So take it from there. You basically need to get a different controller for this to be able to upkeep with the length of the reel, which is going to be 560.